Welcome to Traverse Town! With the nostalgic music playing in the background, I think we're good. Now, some things they don't tell you is that you can strike the lamps. Yay! These red orbs here are Moogle points that you can use at the Moogle shops to buy things. But we won't be dealing with the Moogle cards until, I think, level 2. Holy crap, more Moogle points! I've never had this much this early. They're usually ridiculously hard to get this early on in the game. The swirling crystal in front of Sora is called a save point. Stand near it and press the A button to open the save menu. Let's save our game, shall we? Aside from saving at a save point, you can also quick save anywhere in the field. Open the game menu by pressing start, choose quick save, and press the A button. Cool. Striking objects in the field with your Keyblade yields various results. Try striking this barrel. Do a barrel roll! Aw, press the wrong button. Oh, we got a new card. Inanimate objects aren't the only things you can hit. Touching a Heartless on the field starts a battle, but you can strike the Heartless first to gain the upper hand. Bitch, please! I am the king of killing Heartless! Only 3 experience? That's bullcrap. I think they'd give us more. I mean, granted, shadows kind of suck, but you'd think they'd give you a bit more, but apparently not. Okay, let us do that. I think we can fill out one more room, and then I'm going to do the rest off-screen. Not the rest of the level, of course, but the rest of, like, the exploring through various levels. I'll leave, like, a couple of Heartless in each room. And that's probably going to be what it's going to be from now on for Kingdom Hearts, or at least Chain of Memories, because the levels will be the maps of the levels will be very difficult. And very long. Some of them are excruciatingly painful, too. I guess we could clear out this room first, so... Holy Christ. I like that word. Jesus, Jesus. Holy crap, Sora, nice job. Okay, when you reach the level max, you can level yourself up. And in this game, which I love, you can choose what you want to raise. Raise Sora's HP, which pretty much raises his health points, his health bar, to a point where you don't die with 3 hits. Raising Sora's CP is the maximum amount of power he can use to build up his deck of cards. So you can use more powerful cards or just add more cards to your deck where you can just pummel enemies into submission. And slates, which is what you get when you combine 3 cards into 1 during battle and attack enemies with them. Now, I will be unlocking slates, I will be raising HP, but for the most part, I'm going to be boosting our CP, so the more cards we get, the better and more powerful we can be. Hopefully. Holy crap, the soldiers! Remember, those guys are a pain in the ass, but they do give you a lot more experience than these little shadow guys. Ow! Don't hit me, you bastard! You bastard! Okay, there we go. Holy crap, more guys. Holy crap. The one bad thing I didn't like that they did with this game is that, or at least the Game Boy version, is that you have no idea what you'll be fighting. The only 2 mobile Heartless, if you will, in like the basic areas of the map before you start battling are the shadows, the little black shadows, these guys, and the little red magic shaker things. One of which I think Sly Fox called salt and pepper shakers. They're not that bad. But you have no idea what you'll be fighting. Let's see. Anything cool over here? Nope. These green, in case you didn't know, are health orbs. So we can keep raising our health if we lose it in battle. So we don't have to just keep wasting time curing things. Let's use the 0. Now what you want to do, a key to this game, is stockpiling your cards, because you never know when you're gonna get another 0 or another useful card. You want to stockpile as many of them as possible, because the cards you get later on in the game are just not that good when compared to the cards you get earlier in the game. Now before we do anything else, and we're probably going to cut it off as an episode at this point, but I'm going to show you some of the cards that we have. Tranquil Darkness, a room where only a few Heartless appear. That's what the first room was. Not the first room with the save point, the first room we got after we beat the first group of Heartless. Teeming Darkness, where many Heartless appear. That is going to be my grinding room, where I'm just going to be making several doors just so we can level up. Feeble Darkness, where Heartless with weak cards appear. That means when you're fighting Heartless, their cards will be, I believe, two levels weaker. So if a guy had a 4 card, it would drop down to a 2. That's very easy for someone who just wants to breeze through the game, so you'd want to stockpile those. Sleeping Darkness, where Heartless don't move, they're stationary. However, it's a very small room, and usually the Heartless are very difficult to get around. However, you could also get the early advantage of swatting at him. Meeting Ground right here is a card that lets your friend cards appear immediately. So when you're battling, Donald and Goofy will show up immediately rather than wasting our time. And of course, the Key of Beginnings, a room where untold stories unfold. It's the first of 3 of these golden cards we get. We cannot access any of the other gold rooms until we get those cards. Okay, next up, our decks. That is the deck you equip. Deck 1, obviously. There are several different types of cards you can use. These are attacking cards. The more worlds you travel to, the better the Keyblades will be. For example, you're stuck with the Kingdom Key now, but the more worlds you get to, like if you go to the Alice in Wonderland world, you'll get the Alice in Wonderland Keyblade. You go to the Aladdin world, you'll get the Aladdin Keyblade. Okay, these are magic cards. As you can tell from this little sorcerer hat thing. We have 2 magic spells right now. Blizzard, which inflicts freezing damage. Doesn't work against Blizzard type Heartless, but I digress. And Cure, which restores a little bit of our HP. You want to stockpile these 2 because there are... Well, Cure mostly because you're going to get hit a lot in this game. And Blizzard really because, you know, you're going to be fighting enemies that are very weak to Ice type. But we'll get more on those big enemies later. These are item cards. They'll take up a lot of CP, but they're extremely useful. Instead of having to charge up the little gauge that TJ Hood showed us, we now get to use the potion, which will instantly reload all of our attack cards, which is friggin' fantastic if I do say so myself. And we don't have any enemy cards, unfortunately. Enemy cards pretty much give you added on abilities, such as the Shadow Heartless card. I think we may get one of those. It gives each of your cards a 1-point plus ability, which I think is pretty darn cool. Okay, what else is there to show? Here's your world map. That's the room where we would begin the story, that's the room where we'd continue it, and that's the room where we'd end it. But when you see those little pink arrows there, that means we have to access those rooms using cards. Yellow arrows mean we can freely go between those rooms, and the blue arrows send us directly back to the room that we were in to start the video game. World cards. This will be where all our world cards are located, where you can look up little bits of descriptions of each world. As for Traverse Town, it is a haven for those whose homes have fallen to darkness. Here's your status, with all the cards you can stockpile and use. If you add 2 Blizzard cards together, you'll get a more powerful Blizzard type. If you get 3, an even more powerful Blizzard type. Same with Cure, Donald's magic, and Goofy's attacks. Those are pretty darn good. And the journal. We can't access story yet because we don't have any completed stories yet. We can access the cards, magic, items, friends, and map cards and other things that we'll be finding later. And characters. We cannot access characters 2 yet because those are based off of the worlds we visit. That could be pretty much it for an episode, but since that was pretty much a pretty lengthy explanation, I'd like to end with a couple more battles, so you can get more accustomed to how this game plays. It's not as fluid as the PlayStation version, but I don't know, you get what you get. I still love this game. I remember having to go with my dad and my sister to my sister's confirmation camp, and I wasn't old enough to take any of the classes yet, so I remember playing all the way upstate New York by Brewster. I don't remember what the camp's name was right now, and I can't ask my dad because he'll probably make a joke out of it. That's the only thing I remember, is he used to just make fun of the name. But I would play this game up my butt, dude. And dudes and dudettes. There we go. Oh, we got another meeting ground card. And we leveled up. Let's do CP again. I know we don't have any cool cards to add yet, but trust me, there are more cards we'll be able to get. And we'll finish it off with this fight. Unfortunately, I didn't get the stun advantage, but I don't think we need it right now. Unfortunately, since I'm still playing with the keyboard, it's going to take a little while of getting used to utilizing that as instead of the basic things for it's not like Pokemon where it was a bit easier. Yeah, I'm gonna call that an episode. Thank you for joining me. I am Nintendo Man 64. Join me next time where we explore the rest of Traverse Town and get the story of the world up and going. I am Nintendo Man 64 signing off. Sayonara!